2025, the year everyone thought AI would make work easier, but instead it made work disappear. Over 1 lakh people across 218 companies have been laid off this year. Engineers, product managers, designers, all of them were replaced by the very technology that helped to build it. Intel, Amazon, Microsoft, and even TCS, all of them are cutting thousands of jobs. But here's what that doesn't make sense. These companies aren't struggling. They're actually making more money than ever before. So if businesses are booming, why are they firing so many people? Is AI really that efficient? Or is it just a perfect excuse to cut costs and then call it innovation? Let's start with Intel. They just cut 24,000 jobs, about 22% of their workforce. Not because they're broke, but because they're doubling down on AI chips to compete with Nvidia. Every single dollar saved from these salaries goes into silicon. Now let's talk about Amazon. It's currently implementing one of the largest layoff rounds in its history, targeting up to 30,000 corporate employee cuts globally. Their profits jumped to more than 12% this year. And the reason? They're funneling billions into generative AI and automation. They call it streamlining for efficiency. But what it really means? AI can do more for less. Then comes TCS, India's biggest IT name. Around 20,000 jobs were cut, mostly at the mid and senior levels. They say it's AI-led operational efficiency, which really means the managers who once ran the teams have now been replaced by algorithms that run the workflow. And finally, Microsoft. Around 9,000 layoffs in 2025. But their profits? They just reported a record-breaking quarter thanks to Copilot. So no, these layoffs aren't just about loss. They're more about efficiency. And for the first time, efficiency does not include any humans. We've seen a similar situation before. Remember the layoffs after COVID? Back then, companies were in survival mode. Office was shut down, supply chains froze, profits were crashed. Those cuts were more about staying alive, keeping the lights on. But 2025's layoffs, it's a completely different story. This time, companies are thriving, revenues are higher, profits are solid, but the jobs are still disappearing faster than ever. In 2020, people lost jobs because the world paused. But in 2025, they're losing jobs because the world's accelerating. And the engine behind this acceleration is AI. But what's really happening? AI isn't just replacing humans, it's outperforming them. No breaks, no salaries, no errors. Salesforce openly said their AI tools now handle half of their customer interactions. Tasks that once took hours are now just taking seconds. And that's the brutal truth. AI has become the perfect employee. For any CEO, that's very hard to ignore. Every company wants higher margins, lower costs, and very few inefficiencies. So what's the easiest way? It is to replace hundreds of employees with just one single algorithm. But here's the question nobody's asking. Is AI really working that well? Yes, it's fast and it's smart. But AI is only as good as the data it's fed. And the human behind it are the ones training it. If companies rush to replace people with machines, real innovation slows down. You might save money right now, but what about long-term creativity? That's harder to automate. And we're already seeing proof. A Swedish tech company fired 700 employees just to go AI fully. Months later, they admitted it was a mistake. Because projects stalled, creativity dipped, and AI made too many bad calls. Now, they're rehiring their employees. And this isn't just one company. Many businesses that rush to replace their workforce with AI are now quietly bringing back people, realizing that human judgment, empathy, and creativity cannot be coded. Some business experts are warning these massive cuts could backfire. Because when you remove human oversight too early, AI systems make expensive mistakes. And ironically, it's the humans who'll have to fix them later. So maybe this isn't the future of work we've imagined, but definitely it's the cheapest version of it. So what happens now? This isn't about who's skilled and who's not. It's about who's relevant. The future doesn't belong to those who fight AI. It belongs to those who learn to use it. The next generation of workers won't compete with machines. They'll collaborate with them. Because the real future isn't man versus machine, it's man with machine. AI didn't just change jobs, it changed what it means to be valuable. And maybe that's the part we're still not ready for. Because if a line of code can do what we do, what happens when it learns to think like we do?